Welcome, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Zelda Speedruns and to the Wind Waker Randomizer Season 7 tournament. We're in the second round of winner brackets, which is already quarterfinals, and it's going to be tanjo3 going up against MrMario7788. It's game one of a full best of three being shown right here, right on this channel. So go nowhere after game one, and without further ado, let's hand it off to Drew and to Clam. Take it away, it's yours.
Yeah, welcome in, everybody.
Welcome. How are we doing?
I'm doing swell. I am excited for this triple feature, hopefully, unless we see a 2-0.
I do hope it's a triple. Always a lot more exciting when we get a triple. We've got Mario and Luigi duking it out over here, ready to go. Tanjo on the left with Mario, and Mario on the right with Luigi.
It's a little confusing, but hopefully we can keep them in order.
We've got the Anton seed as well, so even better. Right, so this is quite a game. Both of them had pretty strong outings in their first game. Who do you think is going to take it? How do you think it's going to be going?
Man, I think, honestly, Wind Waker's kind of at that point where, anybody in the top 16 could easily take a game off anybody. I think it's going to be a really close race, and I honestly have no idea who's going to take it.
I was saying this yesterday, after the stream ended, with Kit, and so the last time I was really invested in Wind Waker Randomizer was probably, I think I participated in Season 4, and I've been around since, the dawn of the tournaments. And the skill ceiling now over the past couple of years that I've been away is phenomenally large. Runners are so good now. Mm-hmm. It's kind of crazy.
It's really nice with all the resources and stuff that are available. It's really... I don't want to say it's an easy game to pick up, but it's probably a lot easier than it was previously.
Yeah, and get competitive as well, it's easier to work your way up. We've got a lovely Crescent Moon starting.
Yeah, looks like it's a dead chest.
Unfortunate. It's going to be a double dip Master Sword Chamber. Needle Rock Path, Dragon Roost Path. Okay. I got 4 foolish.
I got all of them. Tingle, Bomb, Crescent Moon, Headstone, and Star.
Crescent Moon, that's what I meant. There's a couple of good paths. I believe we've got Forsaken Fortress, DRC, and...
Windfall was the last one. Or Windfall was one of them, at least. That's the only one I saw, honestly.
Required Boomerang, perhaps.
Yep. It is required logically in every seed, so...
It's needed.
Oh, that's absolutely what you meant, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, dungeons. Dungeons even done. Windfall's usually path to something, though. Mm-hmm. there's almost always something Windfall. It's such a check heavy. Okay. Slightly different routes.
The bait bag, so I would say this is pretty much the same route. It's just Mario opting to check the beetle check there.
Now, I did actually see, before the stream started, that Tanjo was using a really good practice file. I don't know if that was just on, SD, an SD practice file, but it looked, really in-depth. It just really goes onwards what you were saying before about the amount of practice tools they have, even just from the regular speedruns of the game, that can translate across to the randomizer. And with such a complex and interesting game, too, with storage and everything that goes on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to be able to get a little warm-up in. I think Map Select has existed for quite a while, but I believe Tanjo was using, the actual practice ROM, which, is pretty robust. And
yeah, the text looks like what I've got for SD. Oh, we've got a good chest! Picked a box. Interesting. Couple of Windfall checks. Could be something exciting.
Kind of interesting opening that chest because I guess we had a BPR sometime soon. Yeah, getting the early picto's nice. Kind of opens you up to Windfall if you're one of those people
and
who...
a perfectly placed bottle.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're one of those people who likes to put off Windfall, hoping to find a Picto box first, it's definitely pretty nice to see it on one of your first checks.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tanjo just checking the quality of the water just to make sure it's environmentally safe. Seems okay to us, so...
Yeah, looks good. It's kind of already a little too late. He's already been walking around in there, but...
Yeah. I mean, I'd hope that he washed his feet and wiped all the dirt off on King Red Lions before he went in the water, but... Alright. Going for the... Oh my goodness, wait, we've got a Tanjo sale?
Yeah. Yeah, custom sales are a thing that kind of came around last year.
That's pretty cool. I like that. So we've got Tanjo going for Night Windfall, which is usually my first call. I love doing night first because there's... It's a little bit slower, but you can set up some storage. It just gives you something to do while you think about how to plan the rest of your route. Like right now, Tanjo's probably thinking about what he wants to do, where he wants to go, if he finds this, that, or the other thing while he's doing all these storage.
Yeah, I like it. It also gives you like an opportunity if you're trying to keep up with like your sphere tracking and stuff. Gives you an opportunity to just go through all your hints and make sure your tracker's up to date so you don't make any mistakes later on.
Mario finding a cheese. I believe that was in Mesa's house.
Yeah, that's right. And Tot not gonna have anything.
Alright, so we've got Forest Haven Tree Branches dead, Boomerang hard required, love it. Wind Temple Small Key. Ganon's Maze. Light Arrow Check unfortunately dead. That's unfortunate. Fire Mountain in typical fashion is dead.
Yeah, it should be noted that like every seed where Boomerang is hinted, it's always gonna say it's required.
Oh really? Oh yeah, that's what they were saying, because it's quote-unquote required for Puppet Ganon, isn't it?
Yeah. So kind of I don't know. It's a weird one, because if that ends up being like your only ranged weapon for something like Top of Boulder at Dragon Roost Island, you can't really know based off of the hint.
Yeah, but at least you know where it is. So if you find bombs and like that top of island chest, it's fine because you can bomb up there and things like that. But the boomerang can be exceptionally helpful, especially that we have got some combat caves. Like there's the Miniblink. Ooh, a nice bow.
Cool.
But yeah, we've got like the Wizrobe cave. You'll need a ranged weapon for, which obviously bow covers nicely. So Rang is completely pointless, but...
We do have Mila with another piece of cheese.
Oh, Mr. Mario just checking up on the well-being of everybody on the village. Making sure that they're all happy and healthy.
I just had, like, kind of an intrusive thought, but, like, can you break that pot on her head with, like, a bow or something?
I mean... Oh, maybe with a bomb.
Oh, cool.
I believe her head pot can be broken and then she's sad. She's like, why would you do that? Which is understandable because, you know, that's her pot.
I'm not gonna do that then.
I will.
Not very nice. Okay.
Oh, you could throw a rock at it as well. Oh, hell yeah.
Oh.
Nice. What we like to see. We, however,
will be setting up for hide and seek here with that Picto box. Going to be doing this with absolutely zero risk of leaving that Pompey and Vera check behind.
We here at CSR do not condone throwing rocks at women. Just got to clear that up.
Oh, it's just at the pot. It's just at the pot.
Yeah, yeah, but if you miss, then all of a sudden it's a rock thrown at a woman, so...
No, come on.
Alright, Mario just entering, the island. Windfall, oh my goodness. It fell out of my mind completely.
It's one of the islands, you know. We got a wallet from Tingle.
And Granny has given Mario her entire life savings. And another bow!
So that's gonna be pretty nice for Mr. Mario. He'll be able to do the Kriba check while he's here.
Yeah, absolutely. Creep nice and early at the same time without having to come back to Windfall. As long as he makes sure to check it.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of people every so often, they just don't go to Tingle and leave. Bit of a mistake, however.
We do have a Spiky in the maze chest, so another important item coming up, hopefully.
Yeah, fingers crossed it's the deluxe Pecto box, we can get nice, beautiful colors. Spoils bag, not too bad, that's another Windfall check that can be done.
Mm-hmm. And Mario has already picked up a joy pendant off of Beetle, so...
Yeah, exactly. So at least, once again, Mario not even having to come back to Windfall. It's gonna be great when he finds all these.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for Tanjo, there is a joy pendant that you can pick up on Windfall here. It is a little bit slow, however. And
Yeah,
by a little bit, I
true.
mean pretty dang slow. But
Iron boots.
okay.
Those are required for Wind Temple.
And he did get another piece of cheese off the other letter there, so... two
Surprisingly
pretty
cracked
important
early
items.
game.
Yeah, I would say.
Gonna be barren dungeons at this rate. Advo and Jim had early light arrows as well, right? Because it was quite a quick check before they got light arrows.
Yeah, they had one of the quickest seeds I've ever seen.
Well,
Settings.
yeah, that's true. Their seed
ridiculous.
as a whole was pretty quick. What was their final time? Does anybody
Like
remember?
125 and 128, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And at the end of the day, this is a Mario seed, so I was saying earlier, this is part of Mario's plan. He got there just before Trez could roll it.
Yeah, won't have to.
Won't have to deal with a Trez seed.
Mm-hmm.
For good or for bad, I'm sure we'll see, but it's seeming pretty good so far. I love chest storage. After playing so much Wind Waker HD, it's so refreshing seeing people just roll through walls.
Yeah, chest storage, door cancel.
Door cancel is better, but chest storage is pretty good. Right, okay. That's enough. Link. That's enough of that.
We're not trying to start a war here.
Yeah, we're not trying to start a war, okay, but you're wrong. Okay? So we'll just leave it at that.
And making sure to talk to all of the residents of Windfall.
Once again, he's the health and safety man. He just needs to make sure that everything's up to code. Oh, shield.
It's yeah, that's an item. It's could unlock a check for us later on in the seed if we find the other one, but
And that's Mario got his second bow. Very nice. Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again, I really do like that the chest texture matches contents. I think it's a really neat addition that changes the way that you route. People have come up with different ways of looking through walls to see chests. And finally, the greatest item in the game is getting a use, the telescope.
Yeah, that's a good point. The telescope does get some pretty good use. And yeah, I like the setting too. It adds like a whole new element to the randomizer.
It speeds it up a little bit as well. Some people might get a bit overwhelmed when they think they're gonna go do something, and then they don't even have to open the chest, they don't have time to go to the chest, they see it from miles away that it's dead because it's a brown chest, and then they have to be like, oh wait, hang on a second. Oh, well that's that's a useful job ending.
Yeah, pretty convenient. And we get a
very
hook shot.
convenient. Oh my goodness. Well, that'll be the path to Wind Temple from Windfall. Would be the hook shot, or the Iron Boots, I suppose. It could be both. It's a hell of a windfall.
Yeah, that's some pretty good stuff. And we will be seeing Creeb here from Mario before he starts his hide and seek.
Tanjo heading to Dragon Roost, probably because he knew it was its path to DRC, I believe.
We got a very common Creeb L. Not gonna give us anything here.
But the thing is, here, at least Mario has got Creep done in one go, but Tanjo will have to go back at some point and do Creep too, so...
Yeah. At least the thing with Windfall... Oh, wow. Okay.
My goodness, okay. So that's... that's crazy. So we're missing Leaf for Wind Temple in Logic.
As well as Hammer for Wind Temple and Command Melody.
Ah, see, I always forget about Command Melody. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to think about because it's not like an item, I guess.
Tanjo giving the chest a nice little hug. Making sure it's, you know, no splinters, health and safety code.
Yeah, top of boulder and fly across, both gonna be dead.
You can hookshot onto Beetle?
Yeah.
What? Alright, Tanjo probably just gonna go into DRC, I would presume. Now that it's fully completable, it's a ton of checks. He has bow, he's got bombs, he can do it backwards.
Yep, makes sense to me.
And a sudden flash flood at DRC. No Din's Pearl, so he's going to have to show us some of his skill with bombs here. Oh. Not going for the jump slash.
Yeah, which is alright. He got both bombs in very quickly. So.
Some call him, he does play basketball. Oh, running away from him there. Now, I said this yesterday as well. The new edition, I'm not sure what version they put them in, but where you get like the dungeon pots and stuff that get randomized, I love it. It's my single favorite checks in the entire game.
Yeah, those are relatively recent. I believe just
That's it, dungeon
becoming a
sequence.
thing in the last year or so. Yeah, they can be pretty cool. I'm personally not like the biggest fan you'll
Well,
find of them, but
that's unfortunate.
it's mostly just the Earth Temples. I like all of them except the Earth Temple.
The Tanjo voiced his personal hatred to the first one in Wind Temple, so I'm fully expecting that to be LA's or Leaf or something super useful that requires. Oh, we've got a letter. Note to mom. See, once again, just destroying a pot and seeing just a letter pop out or hookshot fall out or something like that. It's so really makes me excited, if you can't already tell.
Mario finishing up with Windfall here, just about done hide and seek. We'll have to see what he does next. It's possible he follows Tanjo here into DRC. Also possible we see him head towards Poprin. But without that, Grapple might not be willing to leave that check behind.
Yeah, absolutely. With Grapple being on Dragon Roost, he may think he knows its path, so he may go and dig there first, but he may just decide to wait. So what's your go-to skin then, Drew?
It's like this cat thing from Monster Hunter.
Oh? Which cat? Is it the sidekick cats?
Yeah, it's one of the Palico, specifically Navira from Monster Hunter Stories, which I believe is like an animated series based off the game. But
Very nice.
I just chose him because I think he's funny.
I never managed to find any good, so like the things like the bomb push setups or things that need Link to be in a certain area. I never found any good ones with some of the other characters, so I decided, sod it, I'm just gonna go Dark Link. Nice and nice and standard.
That has been one of my concerns in other randos. For this one specifically, that model seems to be like pretty on point with. I think like most of the setups I use have like some kind of foot placement, and like the foot placement seems to be about the same between that and like the regular Link skin or regular Link. I don't know. It's weird to like call it a model when it's just like
it's the model.
Yeah.
Oh, see, look how good they are. Look how good they are, Drew. Cheese in a pot. I love them. Okay, Mario is opting to come to DRC, probably because of the path knowledge.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
He'll get his grapple hook, and I expect he's just gonna head straight into DRC, and then he'll probably go Poprin after, depending on what he finds in here.
He was able to knock off the Cyclos check, leaving Windfall, which
I don't think there was anything on Cyclos, though.
No.
I didn't see anything exciting.
It is a nice check to get out of the way, though.
Command Melody.
Okay.
Hammer for Wind Temple.
And Leaf, yeah.
And Leaf. And then we need one sword for Phantom Ganon in Forsaken Fortress. Oh, going for the combat cave, I like that, because you can cheese this one with fire arrows. I really like that.
Yeah, really nice that he gets to do this on his first visit.
He did do all 4, which is perfect. Some people don't realize that you can do all 4. They think that you have to do 3, enter 1, complete it, and then it turns on. But you can, in fact, just light up all 4 and then go straight through.
Yeah, like even if you light all 4, you do have to go through one of the doors. So I'm not actually sure like which is faster exactly, but I'd say it's probably about the same. But... So Tanjo just about wrapping up DRC here. Just have these last 3 checks on the way to the boss, as well as the boss itself. And the boss key chest, I suppose, which he's going to do... I forget what this is called. I think it's called, like, Sika Skip or something.
Yeah, I believe it's called Sika Skip. Fortunately, he didn't quite get it there. I think he stopped moving. And he just didn't quite get the jump.
I tried to learn this. It is extremely difficult.
There we go. That looks good. Oh, slightly late jump slash. Yeah.
There we go. Very nice.
And Mario is in fact entering Dragon Roost. Tanjo really having some trouble towards the end of this dungeon.
Yeah, a lot of this spot, like if you're trying to move really fast, it can be a little tight on the angles and such.
Yeah, and it doesn't take much to lose quite a bit of time because it's a long cutscene falling into the lava or missing things, or like with Sika Skip, it's a long way down in the full setup. So
yeah,
nothing
all
in the
for
boss key
nothing.
chest.
But yeah, can't
Better
blame
to
him for
check.
Yeah, exactly.
The last thing you want to do is leave when you still have a check in a dungeon and it ends up being something good.
Especially with DRC, where it takes so long to get back into. Like, it's definitely best to just full clear every check in here.
Absolutely. Okay, so Tanjo will be heading into everybody's favorite cutscene boss. Anything good on these chests? I didn't quite see them. He moved a bit too quick. I think they're one big key, and that'll be it.
Yeah, we do have the pot here too. He's probably hoping for like a sword or something, just to make this a little less painful, but
not quite.
Mario making extra sure he breaks those boards there.
Yep, 2 bombs just in case.
Should just about do it.
If all those fails, he does have the fire arrows. Set fire to the place.
I was honestly hoping we would see him like use ice arrows to get across the lava pit at the entrance. Because it's something you like rarely get to do.
Yeah, a lot of people forget stuff like that because obviously you're so used to the exact way you go around DRC and you never have fire and ice arrows when you enter here. He may just be wanting to conserve his arrows, because in these settings, it's harder to get arrows. There's not a lot of places where a load of them spawn. So it's usually better to try and conserve them, because these early dungeons won't have arrow spawns.
Yeah. Yeah, and only having that, like, base quiver where you only get the 30 arrows. 30 arrows is just not enough for this game.
Yeah.
Especially when you got things like Wizrobe, and even though he's not in this speed, Godan, like, there's a lot of places where you spend a lot of arrows.
Yeah. And with, I have no idea what I was going to say. Oh yeah, with the texture of the chests changing, you rarely will pick up a quiver or pieces of heart. So you're stuck on this entire run really with only usually 3 hearts and the base quiver and bomb bag and everything like that. So
yeah, pretty much other than like gifts from NPCs or like chests that you end up storing. But yeah, you're exactly right.
We've just got a mini heart container from Goma, unfortunately.
So I'd imagine with the means to full clear paw print here, we're probably going to see Tanjo head over there.
Yeah. Definitely makes sense. It's a very check-heavy area. Normally it's hinted foolish too, because there's, 5 checks, including Wizrobe Cave? So if it was foolish, generally it's more often that you'd see paw print over things like Star Island or Crescent Moon.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Add with a Baron Fire Mountain as well, yeah. Definitely makes the play. But he's going to Southern. Okay.
Alright, interesting.
We'll see where he goes here.
Gonna knock out this Cyclos check, I suppose. Yeah, he only does have 22 arrows. Ideally, you want at least 24 for the Wizrobe Cave, so it might be one of the reasons he's not doing that.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is have to do that cave with hookshot. Wasting no time firing these arrows. Yeah, absolutely launching them.
He's on this guy.
Yeah.
I suppose from here we're probably just gonna head south, do the big Octo Fairy and stuff like that. Getting that hint early on can be pretty good if it hints a good item.
Yeah, it's useful because it's just an additional hint. With bombs so early as well. I don't know, does it just give an anything, or does it always give you a X place gives you this? Because that's what I saw on the last seed. It said DRM Windfall certain check gives you Ghost Ship chart, which is useless.
Yeah, so it's always one of the like spiky chest items, like an item that you would find in a spiky chest, and it'll tell you where it is and whether it's required or not.
Okay, interesting. So that's a pretty good hint to get.
Yeah, it can be pretty good. Normally in these seeds where Godan is not required, it'll just pick a pearl for whatever reason, but
naturally,
just unlucky.
Yeah, that's the thing with 3 pearls though, which are unrequired.
But you never know, you could get something good. Could be the 3rd bow. That would be
it could
massive.
Be Ferora's Pearl, which leads to the mail, and it could be useful. Who knows? Hands are gonna go do the secret cave. He doesn't have fire and ice arrows though, so he's gonna be spending a while killing everything. Though it's a really easy cave. It still takes time. All the cutscenes go through the doors, and there's a loading zone in every door too. Oh, so it could also hint towards something that Coral has already told you at? Okay, so yeah. It could be really good, or absolutely rubbish. As with any hint, I suppose, but...
But at least you get a check out of it, so it's not the end of the world. Yeah,
anything Master Sword Chamber I'm looking for.
With him back here at DRI, looks like he is opting to save those things until later on. Just everything on the south side there. Probably, maybe holding out for Mirror Shield. Just in case.
I believe this will be... I think Mario just got the boss key chest, or he just checked that, so I think he'll be headed to the boss now. And then we'll see where he goes, because he's obviously already done the DRI cave. He may go for the big octo.
Yeah, what's
I'm really not sure where
he is. He's also like very, very low on arrows at the moment. So
yeah,
like going to Pop Rent isn't really in the cards for him either, unless he really wants a slow Wizrobe cave. But yeah, we'll have to see what he decides to do.
Right. It looks like Tanjo is going for Pop Run. Or at the very least, salvage core gift. No, I think it would be a bit silly to not stay for the rest of the island.
Yeah, it seems like the Shark Cyclos play was definitely just a way to get arrows from the beetle there. And then now he's free to do this in a very fast fashion.
Still missing outset though, which would be useful, being able to use fire arrows to deal the extra damage, because those Wizrobes have got quite a bit of health.
Yeah, can save you a little bit of time and spare you on your arrow count a little bit. As well as probably could have saved him some time in the DRI cave. But...
yeah, if he hadn't wasted 25 arrows shooting at Cyclos, he might have had enough with fire and ice to make it through, but one of those things. Alright, let's see if we got anything under Chaz number 1. Oh. Okay, Tango statue.
very cool. Not very cool, but...
very, very cool.
yeah, sure.
Another... oh gosh. Power bracelets. That's pig check. He's probably going to make his next trip to Outset then.
Yeah,
he still hasn't been there first yet. So he's got a... oh my goodness. Loaded paw print. Loaded!
Very nice, we need
Can
that.
we get the 4 from 4 spiky chest? We can!
Oh, let's go! Okay, well... they can't all be winners.
No, they can't. We could still get a Wizrobe Cave spiky chest, and it could be tons of items. But once again, unhinted paw print is never foolish. It looks like Mario's just going straight for paw print. I suppose with his low arrow count, he may be just going to be using fire and ice arrows. He should be fine with. I believe he's got about 20, if I'm not wrong.
Andrew getting some nice double shots there.
Very nice. Really showing us how much better he actually is compared to what he showed us at Cyclos. Oh.
We'll be opting to fight some Morths here, but these guys aren't really a lot of trouble.
Yep, that's them. Sorted. Or most of them anyways. And then I believe the other Wizrobe spawns the P-Hats, and... I'm not sure what the last one is. I think one of them is P-Hats, though. And
yeah,
we've got
definitely
nothing in the
seen Kargaroks. I've definitely seen P-Hats in here.
Moblins, Bogos. Yeah. Very low early game enemies. But they can be annoying. I can't quite see. I think that may have been Spiky. No.
Well, it's spiky to me, yeah. But we don't have Leaf, so we'll have to come back later. Unless we come back with storage and do the weird hookshot thing, which I'm pretty sure exists.
This will be checking Rockspire, making sure that the boat doesn't have... Oh no, I'm losing my mind. We're on the completely wrong side.
No, you're right. This is Rockspire.
Am I right?
Yep.
Does this gunboat have something?
Yeah, the southeast gunboat at this region does have a check, as well as the Rockspire cave.
Maybe I'm just not used to having these checks in tournament. Like any salvage.
Yeah, this is the first tournament with these on, and we do have a deluxe Picto. It's very nice.
Another lovely, lovely windfall check. Once again, Tanjo showing his aptitude at shooting anything that is not Cyclos perfectly.
Mario making a similar play, but opting to go south instead. With those fire arrows, gonna hit up Islet of Steel and Needle Rock afterwards. Probably just continue that chain south all the way to Horseshoe.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he'll go for Boomerang. I don't know how much if he wants it to play safe.
Yeah, probably not Boomerang. There is another check there. But,
it just depends on another cheese. We've got quite a lot of cheese so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, it depends on if it's inside or outside is the Boomerang. The lore behind the color camera is that I believe Lenzo has been hunting for the forest firefly. It's like a rare thing, and he doesn't travel off Windfall to go get it. So when you bring it to him, he's amazed and he loves it, and he makes you a colored camera using the forest firefly. Honestly, I've forgotten what check it was.
It was on the gunboat.
Oh, it was the southeast gunboat. Let's say the gunboat isn't actually a gunboat. The gun is there for protection, and these are just lovely people traveling from a distant land coming to view the place, and they think you're a threat, so they start attacking you. But this man was taking a picture for his family, and we just stole it off him.
What if the cannon was actually like just a long scope for the camera?
Exactly. Maybe. But the important moral of the story is Tanjo ruined a family. And we will never forgive him for this.
I'm sure we can forgive him after he saves Grandma here.
As long as he doesn't press the fairy too early. Heals himself right in front of Grandma. For some reason, I always have memories of this causing me issue. I always tried to heal Grandma, but I always healed myself. Underneath Link's house, I believe, had one bow. And then the second one was on Windfall.
Yeah, I've always been terrified of not being close enough for the fairy, but I've never actually had it happen to me.
Bear in mind I was a child, so I was probably trying to do it from behind her or something like that. They're trying to release a fairy upstairs. Oh, there's Leaf.
Oh, okay. We got the Needle Rock Cave Leaf. Pretty important item. We'll be helping him do Horseshoe Island, which is part of this chain, so it's pretty nice.
So we're missing hammer, 1 arrow, and all of the swords. And a Triforce shard.
Yeah,
so
being
it seems
this deep without the like any swords is...
It seems like we're close, but we literally have 3 swords we need to find and pick up, which is crazy. And that's Tanjo robbing Granny of her life savings. Not talking to the woman, not caring about how she's feeling. Oh yeah, he did get power bracelets already, so he'll be able to do this straight away. Oh, that Leaf is path to Helmarok? Gotcha.
Okay. Well, that would make sense when Mario's here, I suppose.
Yeah, I forgot Needle Rock was path to Helmarok, yep. We have seen Great Fish that it is a spiky chest, but we haven't seen inside it.
Do have a spiky here at Diamond Step.
Delivery bag. And for Aurora's Pearl, so that's a mail check.
Okay.
Tanjo, feeling hungry, wanting some pork. Seems like all the other chests in Diamond Step were dead. Tanjo eventually breaking and entering into his neighbor's house. And we've got a Horseshoe. Yep, you were right, absolutely, with the call for Mario heading up to Horseshoe and just covering off this side of the map. Now that he's got Leaf, it's just nice and easy as well. He doesn't have to worry about Leafless.
And let's see what that pearl gave us.
Go ship chart.
Alright.
Everyone's favorite.
Like
okay, so the boomerang is inside Horseshoe then.
Yeah. I would imagine he's not going to go for that.
At least now he knows, though. It's nicer that it was inside, saving him a bit of time, than opening the one outside, it being boomerang, and then having to go in to check.
Mario heading back to Windfall. Gonna pick up a flower here as well as deliver a letter. I would be interested to see if he opts to like door cancel into Wind Temple. Since like once you're inside, the use of the hammer is pretty negligible. Like you basically just need it to escape the mini boss room. But you do know that clearing in there, you're not going to find the hammer. We do need it for Forsaken Fortress, as mentioned in chat.
And we still do need 1 sword to fully clear Forsaken Fortress, because the useful item could very well be on Phantom Ganon. He's only killable with a Master Sword.
Mm-hmm. Tanjo, with his Fire and Ice, gonna be clearing this left side of the map as well, knowing that there's a path island over here, just getting all of these checks out of the way. Gonna have to do leafless, because his leaf is further north, but does it without any issues. So, very good.
Very nice. Not the easiest. There's a very, very big invisible wall under there, and it can be tough to manage around. But we'll finally get to see what's in Great Fish.
Yeah, honestly, we're running out of items that can be in spiky chests, so hopefully this is something required at least.
Master Sword, there we go.
Cool.
Finally a sword upgrade, some damage increase. We are on for a potential vanilla hammer, which could be interesting. See, now is the question where, before you got that Master Sword, you wouldn't want to dip Forsaken Fortress. But now, maybe you do want to?
It's definitely an option.
I personally love Forsaken Fortress, and I'll always dip it as soon as I can. But that's probably a bad idea in the grand scheme of things, because it's only like 1 or 2 checks you'll be able to do normally.
Yeah, it's just the one, and like, you know, you're not gonna find your hammer there other than the Phantom Ganon chest, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's like the worst thing you can do. It's just I think there's so many better things at this time that we're probably gonna see at least a little more overworld cleanup.
True. If the leaf is path, sorry, I keep forgetting about the hints, because I never had hints when I played, but the leaf path to FF, leaf clearly locked a Master Sword, so depending on where the other ones are, it very well could be.
That's a good point, actually.
A vanilla hammer.
Leaf lock checks. We do have... Was Small Island spiky? I can't remember.
I believe they looked at it at the beginning, but I don't remember. I couldn't even see it, they were too quick.
But aside from that, not a whole lot of leaf lock stuff left.
Yeah, because leaf around DRC they saw was empty. So yeah, definitely not a ton.
Yeah, honestly, you might be right. It might actually be worth following up on that Master Sword and just seeing what's there.
And this will be Tanjo getting his leaf in here. Honestly, I think they're almost pretty much neck and neck. They're not really missing much either. I think Mario may have a lead over Tanjo.
Yeah, Mario has done Islet of Steel, other than like
Exactly.
the islands that they're currently on.
Yeah, like when Mario finishes Rock Spite here, it's the Islet of Steel and Great Fish, and that's about where they are.
Yeah, and then Tanjo has done Big Pig and got the Forge Pearl and checked the mail from that, so that's kind of what he has over Mario. We'll have to see.
Oh, a bat just instantly just decided to go go on holiday while he was fighting Mario. I think Small Island was spiky. Even after looking back through the VOD and you couldn't quite tell, there's no hope for us, that's for sure.
Yeah,
so Small Island could have hammer, yeah.
Yeah, well, if they saw a spiky, I would imagine they're gonna make their way over there very soon. And it looks like Mario is heading
he's going
straight there.
for it, yeah. If this isn't hammer, then it's got to be a vanilla. But regardless, after this small chest, you go to Forsaken Fortress and you should be able to full clear it. we've got Tanjo heading back to Windfall.
Yeah, wants to pick up this flower before going back to Great Fish for that spiky, so
Yeah.
definitely makes sense.
Yeah, I won't lie, I think it's spiky too, just judging by the way that he's going for it. It does appear that it may be an item of use. Potentially. Oh, stuck on the invisible wall.
Yeah, I hate that thing.
Oh! Unfortunate from Tanjo.
And we've got a hammer.
Hammer, there we go.
Alright, so that gives us access to clear the rest of our dungeons, which is very nice.
Yep, just one Triforce shard and 2 swords for Mario to be in Go mode. Obviously, those 2 shards, or those 2 swords and shard could be locked behind Mirror Shield or Ghost Ship Chart or anything like that. But and light arrows. Yep, mustn't forget one of the most important. But it's fine. We all know light arrows is going to be in Master Sword Chamber anyways. Okay, here we go.
That was kind of cool from Mario. Getting through, like he pulled out the sail right as the cannon like started shooting. Ended up getting through here and opting not to kill Phantom Ganon. Possible it was hinted. I'm not exactly sure.
I don't think it was hinted, but it may just be that he wants to do this because then he can just come back down and finish him off last.
Mm-hmm. I do
Especially
normally
he's
see like people kill it as soon as you come and then like grab storage from one of the ledges up top to jump down. Maybe feeling confident in his like getting storage on top of the chest.
Yeah. Oh, and it's Tanjo trying to send away his Wind Waker. He said enough.
Give it to someone else. So just
I did
a
not see
bottle
that.
here so far. But we do still have PG and King Helmrock, so still have a chance for this to give us something.
There we go. He's in fact going for Phantom Ganon, and then he'll just storage all the way up to Helmrock. So he probably just wanted to do the other ones to get them out of the way and then come back down to PG. But like you were saying, some people like to do PG first and then do Helmrock and then get everything else. Not much of a difference, I don't think. Oh! Ow.
Yeah, PG actually getting a reflection on that one. It's pretty well played from PG.
Yep. We got Employee of the Month over here. Almost landing on the top up there as well, which would have sucked. Not getting a 2-cycle from Mario, unfortunate. He just loves playing tennis. Almost didn't even get the 3-cycle. Couldn't get enough tennis. Right, let's see, this is a sword on I want to say that's Maggie's lair. Yeah, it was Maggie's lair. Cafe Bomb Postman. Okay, so there's our second sword. Where was Maggie's letter?
I'm not sure. Tanjo has it, but Mario doesn't.
It could have been on the Ferrari's Pearl.
Well, the Ferrari's Pearl was
Moblin
from
Turner.
Moblin. Okay,
That's
kind of funny. It's
yeah,
like
that is pretty funny.
reverse,
Oh, thank you.
right?
Yeah, send this back to the Moblin for me.
Because I think in vanilla, isn't it like the other way around?
Yeah, you post Maggie's letter, and then the postman gives you moblins to hand back to her, and she gives you a piece of heart.
Mm-hmm. So it's kind of funny.
We need a term, because we've got, like, French vanilla for things that appear in places where they normally are, but it's not the same, right? But
It's chocolate, I don't know.
yeah, sure, that'll do. We got chocolate Maggie's letter.
Honestly, I think the best one I've seen of those is in multi-world. Like getting an item for somebody else from its vanilla location.
Yeah.
I've seen somebody call that vanilla extract, which I thought was genius.
A few of the multi-worlds I played, we have it was an OOT one, and it was hammer, I believe. I saw a Megaton hammer, or I got the Megaton hammer in the chest, and I was like, great! And we were doing a 3-man, and it went to one of them, and I was like, great, that sucks, because I wanted to finish Fire Temple. And then when they got to Fire Temple, they opened the chest, and they got a Megaton hammer, which was for the third player. And when he got to Fire Temple, he got a Megaton hammer that was for me, which was absolutely crazy.
Wow.
Oh, we've got Halmarock struggling to get over there a little bit. Hopefully he doesn't fly away.
Letting him out. There is a strat you can do if Helmrock gets stuck in that spot where, like, you kill the or the second phase with fire arrows. Okay. But it is a little tricky to get the hammer hits on Helmrock over there.
Oh, he did come back. Wow, that's nice. I believe sometimes he just flies up and then he can't get back down. I think I've definitely seen soft locks with this.
Yeah, they have added some prevention to that. I'm not sure exactly how well it works, but since they've added it, I haven't had a single soft lock at least. So.
Oh, well, okay, interesting. Alright, there's Tanjo's cheese. Wait, does Mr. Mario have 7 cheese, or his tracker?
No. They're both at 6 right now.
They're both at 6, yeah, so his tracker does. Oh, it's the side one and then the middle slice. It gets colored in for the tracker.
Mm-hmm.
Like the tracker that we can see, not that everybody else can see.
Yeah.
A lovely, generous purple rupee from Hammer King. So, nothing in Forsaken Fortress.
It's going to be interesting to see if Mario opts to clear out much of this overworld before going into Wind Temple. You still do need a lot of stuff, and there is always a chance that everything is just there in Wind Temple, but I would say chances are pretty slim.
Mm-hmm. We know that one of his swords obviously is out, but it may be worth it just going to it, but we'll see where he goes. He may clean up overworld before he goes back in. He may want to get some of the easier and quicker checks before he goes in.
Yeah, it looks like he will be going towards Oasis and maybe Bomb Island. Although, sorry, I was going to say Bomb Island because his ghost ship might be there, but he doesn't even have the chart yet. So we will be going into the Oasis, breaking in because we don't have the deed yet. And then probably continuing south through Ice Ring and doing all those islands in the south.
But then this could be a make or break, because if Tanjo decides after he does Helmer to go straight into Wind Temple, if it does have light arrows in your final sword, then that's as well as 2 cheese pieces, which is horrendously unlikely now that I think about it more, because I keep forgetting about the Triforce. But it could set him up really well.
Yeah, I mean, there's always that chance.
And that's how it is. Randomizers really are random sometimes.
Mario talking to a tree.
Tanjo spending 20 years in the pause menu. There we go. Oh yes, Tetra's letter may have something. Tetra? A real? Nothing. Jeezo. Can you tell it's been a while since I've played this game?
I mean, even the Helmrock King mixed them up, so it's fine.
Right. Oh. Tanjo just as good at tennis as he is at hitting Cyclos.
The callback. Tanjo actually getting some ground spawns, unlike Mario. Alright, at least he got one.
And after all of that messing around with the soup just for him to get hit instantly and not even being able to take advantage of it is unfortunate.
That's just how it goes.
It really is how it goes. Mario making sure that definitely is a place where you can play the song by inspecting it before he goes there. Absolutely certain it's not a trap or anything. Or a lovely brown chest. And we know there's nothing else in Forsaken Fortress, so Tanjo is just going to be doing all of this hard work for nothing.
The Oasis being a complete bust. Absolutely nothing here, so gonna continue south to Ice Ring. Hopefully you can find something there.
Yep, because we know Fire Mountain was already barren, so if Ice Ring is at least something, then it's all been worth it. If it's not, then well, then it's just almost straight into Wind Temple. We've got another check on Outset and some more in like Angular, and he can check that chest as well, I suppose. Because you can at least look and see what's in there. Without Mirror Shield.
We do have a spiky on the side of the island. Are you both melting the ice and stopping the breath there with one arrow, which I didn't even know it was possible until now.
Yeah, that is a really good shot. And there's our light arrows. Okay. Lovely.
So we do have a required ice ring. It's gonna make the inner cave here a lot easier. Tanjo having a little trouble getting up this wall. Sometimes you just clip through for no reason, and pretty often your camera gets a little messed up. But he will be making it up here on his way to fight Helmrock King.
Yeah, the Forsaken Fortress walls are quite... They're weird. You know, like how you can roll through some of them, it's just the way that the angles work. They can be quite easy to lose track of as well, because they all look exactly the same.
Mm-hmm. And just another dead chest here in the inner cave.
Unfortunate, but a very useful light arrows. Have we seen the Big Octo Great Fairy still?
We have not yet, no.
Nope. Tanjo finishing up with Forsaken Fortress. We'll see what he does. If he decides to go straight into Wind Temple, if he wants to clear out the rest of the checks as well. Yeah, we'll see.
Looks like with Mario sailing southwest here, he's going to be starting at Boating Course and probably just clearing out all three of these regions. Or sorry, he's sailing southwest, starting with 2i.
Yeah, it's definitely a good choice to clear out overworld checks. They're generally a lot quicker than delving into a dungeon, though a dungeon may have more items in a shorter period of time.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people really enjoy just going straight for the overworld checks first, so then they don't have to worry about it when they come back out.
Yeah, it's just nice when you can hit go mode right in the middle of a dungeon and just stop doing checks entirely.
Absolutely.
It's definitely a big plus. Alright, so we get a check and a hint. Pretty late for the hint, probably not going to be very helpful at this point, considering we found everything, but we do have a shard.
Outside Island Trifoil. Okay, yeah. That was one of the first items that he received, I believe.
Yep. Yeah, from Mace to the Grasscutter's house, which is pretty much the second thing he did in the whole seed.
So, unfortunate, but one of those things. At least it had cheese on it, so it was required.
Yep.
1 sword and 1 guard. Tanjo still needs his light arrow, so he'll... Oh, it looks like he may just go straight into Wind Temple.
Possibly. Yeah,
Or he's...
it's kind of looking that way.
No?
Yeah, I think he's saving just in...
Oh, for any...
Oh, he's doing Ghost Ship, and then he's gonna reset back and
okay.
maybe go to Wind Temple at that point.
Not the worst idea, but Mario hasn't even found Ghost Ship chart yet. I don't even remember where that was.
So that was on the Farore's Pearl mail from the Big Pig.
Okay. Right, yeah. Interesting. And nothing in Ghost Ship.
Yeah. Nothing on Angular either. I didn't see the inner chest, but looks like we are pretty much wrapped up here with the south side of the map. Mario did mark it off as dead, so...
I would presume there's nothing there then, yeah. Then we've got a mini Blinn Cave.
Which also has nothing, so... Although this whole trip got him light arrows, and a shard, actually only 2 of the quadrants were required. But it's nice to get them off the map, I suppose.
Yeah, so now all he's got Big Pig and he's got a few more windfall checks. And then, yeah, he's going to go Big Pig, so he's probably going to have to go around and do the Ghost Ship and everything. Just to check it off. Obviously, with us, we're sitting here yelling at him, don't do the Big Pig. But he has no idea about that. Okay, he's going to send his letters, which is good. He'll get his second sword after he cashes in Moblin's letter and gets Maggie's letter. It is interesting because there's 3 checks he can do in Windfall right now.
I think the reasoning for it is that he just wants to go straight from there to Wind Temple.
Yeah.
So he's just saving it for the last thing.
So we're seeing Tanjo enter Wind Temple early, which I like. But if he gets everything here, so I think now we know that everything's in Wind Temple. That isn't the light arrows. I believe we know now that the last shard has to be in here because there's no other checks. So if Tanjo comes out and goes straight to Ice Ring, then that'll be him go mode. Once again, I really hope that this pot check, he hates the first dungeon item in Wind Temple, so I'm hoping that's a... Oh yeah, the 2-Eye Octo shard. So they probably come back about... I'm not sure. I don't like saying who's ahead and who's behind, because it really does tell. I mean, even at this late game, where they've just got the dungeon and a couple of checks to go, it's all very up in the air.
Yeah, it all really depends. Like, you don't know like what order Tanjo's going to clear things in.
And if he fails some tricks and Mario doesn't, or if Mario starts failing tricks or forgets to check something.
But either way, I think we can agree that this is looking like a pretty close race.
Absolutely. Just like Kit was yesterday. Advocate and Jim were fairly close, though Jim did put out one of the fastest times. They've all been pretty close so far.
Yeah, it's a really exciting time right now if you're a fan of Wind Waker Rando. Just always so many races going on. Especially now that we've entered the best of 3 stage of the tournament.
Oh, Mirror Shield. I like it.
Yeah.
See, once again, I'll reiterate my point from before. Breaking a rock and just a Mirror Shield is sitting on the floor.
We, unfortunately don't need that, but it will give Tanjo some comfort in going to the southern part of the map. Knowing that he won't be leaving any checks behind.
Yeah.
Mario doing his very long side questing here, which we know is required to get a sword. But yeah, getting these letters in succession definitely eats up some time.
It would be funny though, if I saw that on my own screen, I'd be like, huh, pretty good.
We have a spiky behind the giant head. I suppose we must have a 7 Armos hinted. Tanjo's just opting to peek the top of Hubrim chest here. Very nice strat, saving a bunch of time. Won't have to turn on those fans, so it's pretty nice.
Now the positive here is, depending on where this last shard and sword is in Wind Temple, it could save Mario a lot of time knowing he's already got LAs, where Tanjo will want to make sure he full clears the dungeon. So Tanjo right now is hoping for probably a fairly late, if anything, on the boss, sword or shard. But Mario will be hoping for a very nice and early one.
Yeah, or even if like Tanjo finds a couple of items early on and decides like to skip some slower checks, but maybe just leave a save in here. Although that can be kind of slow when you're looking at things like Oasis and like not save warping out of there, which would be pretty bad. But you can always save that for last. A lot of the other islands are pretty quick to get out of.
Alright, that's Mario got his sword, so he's just heading straight up to Wind Temple. And we know he's go mode out of Wind Temple. It's just how early or how late these checks are. So we're in kind of restream. Well, actually, Mario knows he's in basically no mode.
Do have another spiky on Big Key here, so we'll have to see after Tanjo voids out what he's picked up here. Might not be entirely possible to figure out.
It was a sword.
Looks like it was a sword, yeah.
Yep.
So.
So that's an early sword.
So we're hoping to see Shard here.
If Shard's
at least
here,
if you're a big fan of Mario.
Yeah, if Shard's here, Mario has a significant time advantage if Tanjo does not leave early. So we'll see. I don't think you store this chest, so we'll just get to see straight away.
Yep, no reason to store here. We have no way to get out of the room, so...
Okay, that's
Just the tingle statue.
Just the
Yeah.
tingle statue. French
So-
vanilla. It's still in Wind Temple.
If you're cheering for Tanjo, that's definitely what you want to see there.
Blue Dog, all that we need to know where is the location of the last Triforce Shard. Which we know is in Wind Temple. As there's no other checks anywhere. It just depends on how late it is. And then Tanjo needs to come out and do Ice Ring and 2-Eye Fairy. To get his last Shard and Light Arrows. And there's a nice small key, nice and early. So he may just go for the boss now. Because the rest of the checks are a bit far away. Yeah, give or take. It depends. If this Triforce Shard is early, then I'd say Mario probably has the lead. Because Tanjo still would need to do the rest of the full Wind Temple because he's not sure where the other ones are. Whereas Mario may dip early.
It is looking like a very, very late Triforce Shard. As,
Absolutely.
we only have 3 checks left here. And I think one of those has to be boss key. I don't think we've... Or we might have seen boss key. Actually.
No, I think you're right. I think it has to be boss key. So then there's Heart Container, which obviously can't be boss key. And then all the enemies in this room, so we'll see. Oh wait, no, this is the mini-boss room. So it'll be all the enemies in the next room. So he's actually just gonna full clear.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably what Mario's gonna have to do as well.
Yeah. So the most recent shard that Mario has found was the one on the 2-Eye Reef Fairy. His very last shard is somewhere in Wind Temple here.
Mario opting not to store that chest.
We have a boss
And it
key
looks
on
like
the
it
mini-boss.
will be either on the kill all the boss, all the enemies before the boss. That also could be the second small key. Rather than the... Oh no, it has to be the boss key, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the second small key will be somewhere else. So, it's either on this next room or the Heart Container.
Yeah, we do have the small key on 7 Armos. It's actually not possible to have a small key on Kill All.
So, Tanjo does not know, no. He knows the overworld checks he has left to go. But,
Yeah, there is a bunch of overworlds still left for him, so he'll have to route these in a way that hopefully gets him the items he needs earlier.
yeah, if Mario goes for boss early, then he's absolutely on for a winner, because he's got his final sword. And, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely possible, like, knowing that you're gonna find your go mode in here. Definitely possible to just skip towards the end of the dungeon and maybe save warp to get back in.
Yeah, it would be risky. It just depends on how confident he's feeling in his run right now, because he's had a really good run overall. They've both played pretty well.
Yeah, this has actually been an incredible race. There's not really any like clear mistakes from either of them in routing or execution. Okay, we do have a spiky on kill all.
And there we are. So we are in restream no mode. And then as soon as Mario opens that chest, he's in go mode.
So honestly, I want to say, like, even if you're gonna go straight to the boss, I'm not sure you do kill all on the way. I think it's probably the slowest check in the whole dungeon.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine skipping like all these quicker checks just to do that one slow one on the way to the boss. Though there could be some argument that like you're going through the room anyway. I have to imagine that Mario's just gonna opt to just full clear the way you normally would. P-Hack kind of helping him out there.
Yeah.
Mario doing
That's
some
true.
jump flashes here.
That's true, Ace. It could be because you know it's not a small key on the kill all chest. So it's less skippable.
Tanjo is opting to go for, I believe this is a one cycle.
One cycle. We'll see. We'll see if we can get it. Unfortunate.
Yeah. It's a tricky, very tricky strat. I have seen some people going for it in the last couple days, though. It's a pretty interesting one.
At least for Mario, some things will be a bit quicker because he does have light arrows already. So this mini boss room is going to be quicker. The kill all is going to be a bit quicker. It really just depends on how Tanjo takes his overworld. If he leaves Ice Ring for last for any reason, then, you know, that's a significant amount of time that he could have saved. So we'll see. All he has left is overworld checks, and all Mario has to do is finish this dungeon.
Yeah, honestly, I think the best way that Tanjo could possibly clear, and honestly, it's pretty plausible, is just, like, start with Ice Ring, because you don't have Deed, so, like, who cares about Oasis? You might never have to, like, get access to it in the first place. And then just go straight for those southern checks, knowing that you can full clear the whole strip. I think that's actually, like, a pretty reasonable way to clear it.
We should have had you in on this race.
The best result for him.
Yeah, we'll see what he
maybe
plays,
I would have done that. Maybe I wouldn't have. You never know.
Yeah, it's easier to say what we would have done because we know where every item is.
Yeah, exactly.
But you also got to think, you know, these runners will be tired. They've been playing for an hour and a half, thinking they might just be like, okay, I'm just going to go here and just go, you know.
Mm-hmm.
There will be a restream for all three of these races, yes. Arrows. It doesn't look like he's going Ice Ring first. Pulled out his arrows.
Going to Forest Haven. It's possible he goes to Boating Course first, but no, you're right. He's going Ice Ring. So yeah, this is definitely what you want to see if you want this race to stay close.
Yeah, absolutely. Ice Ring into Octo was ideal for Tanjo. Yeah, Tanjo knows that unhinted Ice Ring is always light arrows.
Yeah. It is something, like, I started noticing and joking about myself, but, like, it's true. Like, they're always there. That is Mario's go mode.
The other thing to
Clean up.
depend on is he hasn't found Cabanity, and if it was required, it would be one of the checks. And bombs was really early for you to kill the Octo. Like bombs, bow, everything was super early to be able to kill the Octo. But once again, that's because we know that.
Yeah, although with it being a shard, like, you can definitely say that, like, it's not something that's that important to get early, but there's always the chance that, like, your opponent did route that in early, and
Yeah.
like, if they got, like, this check first, like, near the beginning of the seed, and it was the thing you're looking for, and there's always that chance that, like, they get to skip that much more of the overworld or something like
Exactly.
that.
Exactly. Especially
like,
considering Mario
as, like, a
had-
defensive play, it's definitely
Yeah.
something on your mind.
And the thing with Mario is he had Fire and Ice so early as well, compared to Tanjo. He probably could have routed it in early.
We'll have to see what Tanjo decides to do here. It's also possible that, like, you just go south to Angular, drop a save there, and then just clear both islands, hoping that, like, one of the two islands has your thing. Which we know it does. And yeah, we're just going straight south to Angular. So just gonna check the cave in here, drop a save, check peak, and then, like, using that save you can kind of, like, split your routing here. We'll have to see which one he opts to do first. We definitely want to see him do the Great Fairy first. But it's a kind of a 50-50 at this point. Alright, here we go. We going east or are we going west? And it looks like we'll be going east, so Tanjo gonna knock out Boating Course first before going to the Big Octo. Gonna give Mario a little more time to play with here in the end game.
It makes me think that Mario is definitely in the lead by now. It's unfortunate. Obviously not the end of the world. Public Ending exists. Grapple Skip exists. We'll just see.
Yeah. It would have been nice to see these runners like heading into Hyrule at around the same time, maybe like a minute difference or something like that, but yeah. Yeah, how did Mr. Mario get
Mr.
up there?
Mario made it all the way up there. I have absolutely no idea. He was just gonna go leave and do something else.
I've never seen that before. I didn't even notice.
Because there's not even a hookshot target up there or anything. He's just up there. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, can Mulgera push you around in the cutscene or something? Like,
I mean, I guess it would have to be crazy for Mulgera to burst up and perfectly take you on top of that.
Thankfully, with light arrows, the big Octo is not going to give us any trouble at all. We are able to shoot these eyes from whatever angle we end up at.
Alright, and here's Mario doing the barrier skip. And this will be Tanjo entering his go mode. Probably kicking himself that he could have just gone the other way, but... They probably would... I would think they may have been exactly neck and neck if Tanjo had gone west instead. That is Tanjo in go mode. He'll probably be entering Hyrule when Mario is about to enter the loading zone coming up here. Yeah.
We'll have to see how this endgame shakes out. There can be a little bit of trolling, especially with like Papa Ganon. Neither of these guys are strangers to the endgame. Definitely played a lot of seeds.
Mm-hmm.
But
Absolutely.
with Mario being the less experienced runner, there's always a little bit of a chance of some shenanigans.
And I say for bottom seed, he obviously he's bottom out of the 16, which is still good because he's still top 16 of the people who qualified. But I think he's done a really good showing here. Of even though he's a little bit inexperienced, you could see that maybe from his wind tempo, but he's still a solid player.
This clip is so strange. He just kind of appears up on the ledge.
Oh yeah. Maybe
it totally breaks the cutscene.
It could be because he was standing up against the wall and Mulgera was there, so when Mulgera flicked up, it always kicks Link back a bit. So maybe it just pushed him into the wall and flung him up.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting, though. That the cutscene really doesn't help, or the clip doesn't really help as much to figure out what's going on.
It's unfortunate that I don't think there's like any use for this at all, but it's really funny that it happened.
If anything, it loses time because you have to jump down. Alright, so Mario entering the grand staircase. Tanjo a fair chunk behind. But yet again, another really, really close race. And this has been a fun seed to watch. The Mario seed rolled into basically fully clearing overworld to have your final few items in the final temple.
Yeah, these seeds with Leaf like really late are pretty interesting sometimes.
Yeah. Missed his first shot, missed his second shot. See, these are the kind of things that can cost people. Papa Ganon is so hard. Papa Ganon is exceptionally difficult.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the major hurdles. But he is taking these free shots pretty well.
Probably and he has soup as well. Okay. Entering P2. So he might be entering P3 of Papa Ganon by the time Tanjo enters. Or maybe not. This cutscene is so incredibly long.
Yeah, but this phase is pretty incredibly short. As long as you can nail these shots.
There's Crip. Double Crip! Oh,
very
Mario,
nice.
Very nice. Will we see a double Trog?
I really don't think so. I'd like to.
I would love to. I've never seen it done in a race before. You know, some people always go for it, but... Alright, we've got Tanjo hitting his first two shots, pretty good.
Yeah, much better PG on Tanjo there. That was really clean.
Oh. Somebody needs to tell Mario that he can pull out a bomb and stun him. Nice, there we go. So Puppy getting down for Mario. Tanjo heading into 2. If he hits double crip, it's not too bad, but comes down to rope climb, grapple skip, the L slide. Oh, it's a tight race.
Yeah, and even though like Mario doesn't know like where Tanjo is at all, Tanjo nailing these is really keeping the pressure on.
Oh my goodness!
Like, Mario is gonna have to keep it clean to keep this lead going.
Absolutely. And I hope that when they look back on this, they appreciate just how impressive this entire race is as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
And how close it has been for the entire thing. Angel not opting for a drog shot on the first one.
He's
gonna go for it in a second.
Grabbing the ledge.
No, he's not.
So it's all been clean so far from Mario.
Yeah. So it's currently seeming like it's just going to be a Mario victory unless it's a absolute Ganon meltdown. So we'll see.
Reminder to anybody watching that this is game 1 of this series. We will have game 2 and game 3 following this.
Yep.
If it gets to the game 3, of course, this is best of 3. So
game 2 being back to back as well. It's I believe it's game 2 in about 25 minutes from now. I think Tanjo. Yeah, about 25 minutes from now. So, you know, Mario gonna have the victory here. A really solid performance from both players. Mario eking the first game with a very respectable 140-27. GG, Mr. Mario.
GG. Yeah, really clean run. I mean, these guys are on their game today. Definitely gonna be worth sticking around to watch game 2.
Absolutely. It's very exciting. I'm gonna have it on my phone as I'm heading to work. Just as Tanjo enters.
Yeah, I'd imagine we will get these guys in for an interview momentarily.
Yep. And you can, in fact, do that without the mirror shield. This cutscene in the base game normally gives you the mirror shield. So I believe technically you can't, because you can't enter this area without the mirror shield. But yeah, the public getting cutscene gives you the fully charged Master Sword and the mirror shield anyways. So
yeah, and in this version of the randomizer, you can even reflect the light arrow with the hammer. So we've got no interview, just going straight into game 2. So that's
wait. So if you're shieldless, you just go hammer.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy. So okay, as the big boss Trez said, no interview, going straight into game 2. Well, this was absolutely fantastic to watch. I loved it. This was really, really exciting. But I'm sure nowhere near as exciting as game 2 will be.
Yeah, I mean, if game 2 can match this, it's going to be a really good time.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe let Tanjo roll that seed.
Heads up, I rolled the seed for game 2.
Okay, so we're going to be here for about 3 more hours. We have a Trez seed coming up. Well, that'll be really exciting.
All right. So we're going to take a quick, 10-ish minute break. And then we're going to be back with game 2. And I hope you're all going to be back for that. So for now, thank you all for watching, and see you soon.